Hello and welcome to the first in a series of videos in which I'm going to be looking at the weapons of Assassin's Creed. Now this is a joint project between myself and DNuke, who runs and maintains the Art of Swords blog. You can find a link to her blog in the description of this video. I also have to thank the Assassin's Creed wiki for the wealth of information on this subject, and you can find a link to the wiki also in the video description. Please be sure to check them out. In this video we're going to be looking at the Hidden Blade. While not every assassin portrayed in the Assassin's Creed franchise has made use of the Hidden Blade, it has nevertheless become the iconic weapon of the Order. In Assassin's Creed 2 we find out that the Persian assassin Darius was the first known user of the Hidden Blade in and around the 5th century BC. In the video games, the Hidden Blade was used for both stealth assassinations and in regular combat. It was the assassin's most versatile weapon, with multiple upgrades and different forms of use. Like its real-life counterparts, the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade consisted of a retractable blade in conjunction with another item, which was usually a protective gauntlet. The blade was activated by a mechanism, thus extending or retracting as required. As we learn in the first Assassin's Creed game, the use of the Hidden Blade came with a sacrifice. The ring finger of the user would be cut off to show the commitment of the one wielding it. All this seemed a bit extreme, considering as Darius, the Persian assassin mentioned earlier, who was the first wielder of the Hidden Blade, is portrayed with all of his fingers intact. In Assassin's Creed 2, however, the Hidden Blade ends up in the hands of Leonardo da Vinci, and the Renaissance genius manages to change the mechanism in order to save the fingers of future wielders, thankfully for Ezio. As mentioned previously, although used primarily for stealth, the Hidden Blade could also be utilized in open conflict, especially for countering enemy attacks. Now the creation of the perfect Hidden Blade for the game did take some time, as some of the images you can see on the screen show how Ubisoft varied the blade shape and mechanisms that were designed for Ezio in the game. The truth of the matter is, the concept of the Hidden Blade that is used in the Assassin's Creed franchise isn't actually very strange at all, or a complete flight of fantasy. In fact, over the course of history, the idea of a concealed weapon was very popular indeed. One of the more popular weapons that would have formed the basis for an Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade was the parrying dagger, which came to prominence in the late Middle Ages and the early Renaissance in and around Europe. Now these are called the magot in French, and they were used in the offhand of a fighter and were designed to parry or defend incoming attacks, thus allowing the fighter to use their single-handed sword in their main hand to counter-attack. The humble parrying dagger would eventually be improved to include a spring mechanism, which once activated would split the cutting-edge weapon into a trident. Now spring-loaded mechanisms would eventually go on to be seen in a lot of combo weapons, such as this South German rapier of around 1570, which featured a spring-loaded blade that extended about 7 inches when triggered. The grip, as you can see, is hollow, and that was used to conceal the dagger's blade. More and more weapons of the time began to incorporate a hollow hilt or handle into their design, which allowed for hidden blades to be sheltered and extended via spring-loaded mechanisms. Even heavy weapons such as maces received this treatment. Now the effectiveness of these combos is hard to ascertain, but one thing is for certain: weapon designers of the time used the lessons learned to attempt to fashion hidden blades that could be concealed under garments and clothing. It is that advancement that brings us back to the hidden blades of Assassin's Creed. Now in Assassin's Creed Revelations we saw the next major modification to the Hidden Blade, which was called the Hook Blade, and that was adopted by the Assassin's Guild of Constantinople. Unlike the other Hidden Blade advancements that we've seen so far, it was attached to the user's secondary Hidden Blade instead of the primary. The Hook Blade aided in combat by allowing a variety of counter-attacks, as well as a counter-steal and the ability to trip up enemies. Beyond the story of Ezio, the Hidden Blade will be making an appearance in Assassin's Creed 3. New protagonist Connor has been shown to have a Hidden Blade, and recent previews and a screenshot have actually shown that this Hidden Blade can be detached from his gauntlet and be used as a dagger as well. As we move along the timeline of Assassin's Creed, we see the Hidden Blade still in use in the late 19th and early 20th century by the Russian assassin Nikolai Orlov, as portrayed in the Assassin's Creed comic The Fall. He uses the Hidden Blade in his battle with Tsar Alexander III, in which he's able to stab the Tsar in the stomach. In the same comic we find out that in the 20th century, the mentor of the Assassin Order still keeps a Hidden Blade, albeit for more nostalgic and ceremonial purposes. However, the modern version of the hidden blade is shown to be an electric shock mechanism similar to a taser, which is again worn with a bracer underneath clothing. And this concludes my look at the first weapon of Assassin's Creed, the hidden blade. This is by no means an extensive look, but I hopefully have pointed you in the right direction should you want to do some more research into this iconic weapon. I would like to say a big thank you to DNuke for her help, guidance and collaboration on this project, as well as material from our Art of Swords blog. Additional source material comes from the My Armory website. And a massive thank you to the fantastic members of the Assassin's Creed Wiki who have done extensive research on this very topic. Links to all mentioned can be seen on the screen and in the video description. Take care and bye for now.